it! Video number 3! Alright, this video is going to kick off a series of trainings that we're going to have over the next maybe 2 months, depending on how much I condense it down. And it's all about the one thing I did not create a contest for. What would that be? Recruiting. Which, ironically, most of you were very relieved that I did not do anything about recruiting, which I kind of find a little interesting. I know some of you feel that you're not ready, but let me let you in on a little secret. I'm not even ready. You're never going to know everything there is to know. When you build a team, it's kind of a learn as you go type of thing. You know, I learn new things every day to build my business bigger. I learn new tips and tricks. I try to share them with you. So if you're intimidated about recruiting, which I really wish it wasn't called recruiting because it kind of makes it sound like all military and like, oh, hey, you should join us. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah, that's not how it is. I don't care for the time-framed recruiting because for me, I have several seeds out there that I am definitely watering and taking care of, and they're great customers, you know, and they've always asked me, hey, let me know when the kit's going to be on sale. We'll see how it goes this month. You know, a lot of them are really excited about now, which I may do a Facebook event for March. June, I'm thinking possibly a live event because I did find there's a little watering hole up here. It's called Our Beach. But their banquet room is free. I like the sound of free. Free makes me very happy. So that might be something that I'll be looking into June's now week. For March, might be a Facebook event, might be a teletraining call. I'm not 100% sure because that meeting number that I have still is a little weird to work out. But as you can see, I'm a team leader. I'm still learning this stuff. I'm still learning how to operate training calls. You know, you know, Facebook meetings are easy peasy. I really wish that all of us could get together for a live meeting once in a while. You know, that might be something that we can do quarterly. But if you're not recruiting because you don't think you're ready or because you don't think you know enough, that is not the case. Trust me, it is not the case. And the best thing to do, if you feel that way, is if somebody shows interest, say one of your hostesses. I know my hostess for Saturday, she is really interested and she is doing a damn good job of getting her guests and getting them to the party and getting outside orders and building excitement. So could definitely use a girl in Orlando. But you know, if that's what's kind of stopping you from recruiting, look at it as a way as you'll have a partner to learn together with. You know, my first few meetings that I had with my very first recruit who joined my team from an ASL party, my first ASL party, I don't know a lick of sign language except maybe one. My translator kept translating so many things incorrectly. Like, she was telling people to put nipple nibblers on those lips. Those lips. When I caught the hand gestures, yeah. That's when Ashley, who was my very first recruit, she actually arrived at the party and she was like, whoa, wait, let me let me take over translating everything for you. Me and Ashley talked, and she actually, ended up joining my team. My non-existent team. She's my first bunny. Ashley did not resign, unfortunately, due to poor thing broke her ankle, and then she was just not the right time for her. Too much going on. And that's kind of how it was for me when I first joined Athena's back in 2008. Secretly I kind of kicked myself in the butt for not staying, because I had a really awesome team leader. I had Regina, cannot pronounce her last name, but she is now a public speaker. Phenomenal team leader. Really kind of kicking myself in the butt, but life happens, and that's the beauty about direct sales, is if it doesn't work right now, it doesn't mean it won't work later. Ashley has actually recently mentioned to me that she's been thinking about coming back when her life settles down a little bit. But we all know how life settles down. That's just an illusion. But I'm working on her. I think you ladies would enjoy her. She's hilarious. Plus she knows sign language. So, if we ever have another ASL party, which was the longest party I ever did, 6 hours, I haven't shown that many products. It was just the translation and ordering. Crazy good learning experience. And landed my first goddess, my first freedom goddess at that. She came to my house. We went over the manual. I called Lori, my team leader, because I knew nothing about Freedom Girls. I know you don't carry stock. That's what I knew. I was definitely green in the Freedom section. I'm still not that well versed in what exactly goes on in your back office. I have the basic ideas, but I would have to call my team leader to be like, okay, so my Freedom Girl's trying to do something in her back office and it's not letting her. What do I do? And that's what's awesome about this, is you're not alone. You won't be building your business alone. And you'll gain some amazing friends, not only as your hostesses, but as team members. And what we do is kind of really a gift. I mean, how many people do you hear that they're complaining that they have no money, they don't get to go out enough? Morpheus, stop licking the carpet. That they want to beat their dogs up for licking the carpet. Crazy dogs. But what we do is we help a lot of people. We give people financial stability, because it's really not hard to book parties. If you're not booking enough parties, what that boils down to is not enough people know that you do what you do. So always be like, here's my business card. Can I get your number? Waitress, you're awesome at service. Do you always want to work as a waitress? What are your thoughts about being a goddess? We have the potential to change people's lives. And when you think about it, when you first joined, didn't your life change a little bit? Don't you get all excited when you get to go meet a new group of women and you find out that you have so much in common with these ladies that they end up being new lifelong friends, new lifelong customers, and possibly new lifelong team members? And you want to share the opportunity with everybody. Especially hostesses. Hostesses will be your prime kind of targeting market, because they do a lot of work for us. Let's face it, throwing a party is kind of a lot of work. All we do is the presentation, take orders, and leave. They're left, cleaning up the mess, holding her friend's hair back while she's puking because she drank way too much wine. Yeah, we all have one of those friends. And you get a whole new set of self-confidence. And the money, especially with home novelties. Being that our products come out 3 times a year and they're generally really different, each product line, like the wet head spray, can't tell you how many people have been in love with that. From my friends who are vocalists in bands, because with Jeff being in a band, hey, they yell and scream a lot, so they get dry mouth a lot. Add in if they're drinking, they get super dry mouth. Add in if they're doing any 420 activities, super cotton mouth. Just saying. Public speakers, teachers. Granted, all my teacher friends kind of rip off the thing, and they're like, oh, it's just fluoroseptic spray, when they have a long lecture to give. And the sexual benefits that has, we are solution providers, and our business is one huge solution for a lot of people. Whether they're going to be hobbyists, do this part-time, or they want to do it full-time. That is all at their discretion. That would be something you would discuss with them during the interview. And as you're getting to know them and kind of discussing everything with them. And one thing that also helps is you want to be duplicatable. I always joke around when I go to parties because everyone sees me carrying in all my stock and they're like, wow, that looks like a lot. I'm like, no, actually, if you wanted to do this, you wouldn't even have to carry any stock if you didn't want to. I just happen to enjoy instant gratification. Now, depending on the person, a lot of people are interested in providing instant gratification, but then, they might not be able to have stock sitting around at home because they have children or they don't have the room or whatnot. So, you want to make the way you present your presentation easy to digest and easy to copy. One little tip I actually learned is don't have a super ton of stuff out on your demo table. This could actually scare someone who's, thinking about, oh, maybe I could do this, it seems like fun, but then they see that you have the entire product line all set up and they're like, well, am I supposed to have all that? She has all that? All those products are expensive. So kind of cater to your market. I show between 10 to 15 products. And I try to group as many items together as I can, especially with the whole 50 Shades phenomenon going on. I kind of just lump the bondage stuff kind of all as one product and they're just kind of together on the table. But as far as toys, 4 or 5, with ever rotating depending on who my hostesses are. So it doesn't seem like, oh my goodness, I have to invest so much and the first starter kit doesn't come with a whole lot of stuff. That's okay. You can still have $1,000 party with that $99 kit. I've seen it happen. Ashley made that happen. It can be done. And another thing is you want to look for green lights. You often hear in the company green lights. What are green lights? Green lights are kind of like idle conversation where you're not really sure, are they interested in the business or are they just having, conversation with me to be nice, so you just kind of spout off at the mouth. You get a little bit of diarrhea in the mouth sometimes. We're actually going to go over green lights more in depth, probably on our teletraining call, as long as the phones don't drop the call and not record, and I don't even know what happened. But recruiting is really not that hard. Growing a team, really not that hard. We learn together, we earn together, we ask questions together. You know, sometimes a few of you come to me with questions that I didn't have the answer for. I went and found the answer. You know, or I'll politely say, hey, don't forget to check your manual. Because one thing about having a team is, you hear Kirsty and Jamie say it all the time, you can't want it more than them. And that was my downfall with my second recruit. It's a hard lesson. Joined, she was all excited. She had her launch party, she did really great, but then I never heard from her. And you know, I was trying to do everything I could to get a hold of her. I was like borderline stalking. And then I'm like, what am I doing? This is not right. The first one's always the hardest, you know, kind of right in the heart a little bit. Like, oh, man, right in the feels. Not sure it could be so good. But, you know, you don't know what happens in their lives sometimes. Especially if they don't return your calls. You know, it is what it is. Come contract time, you know who's with you and who isn't. So I'm glad I got my repeat girls. Girls give me warm fuzzies. But don't be scared about recruiting. Just because I didn't put a challenge out there doesn't mean that I'm not going to try to get you over the fear of it. And just because there's war with its time constricted kind of like, how am I going to get 5 people? You might already have 5 green lights and not realize it yet. But as I said, we'll get into the green lights and how to have the best answers for those green lights when we have our teletraining. So until then, ladies, have a great night. And I will talk to you soon. And just for the heck of it, I'll show you guys my annoying puppies. Annoying puppies who are licking the carpet that you can't really see because it's dark. Oh, look, there's Lennox looking up. Alright, good night, ladies.